Yo, quick word of advice: turn off the news. Turn off the news. The shit is misleading on purpose. Let me tell you a quick story, right? See, I'm in my old neighborhood right now. Well, I'm close by my old neighborhood. So it brought me to this story, right? So when I was probably like 7 or 8, I got in a fight with one of my best friends, like to the day, right? He right now he's 6'5" and I'm short, but I've always been smaller than him. He always been bigger than me. So we got in a fight. Maybe he won. Maybe he got the best of me. So I went home and I went and got a fucking steak knife. Did I go over to his house and knock on the door? His mom opened the door, rest her soul, and she see me with a knife, so she like pinned me behind the door. She trying to fight the knife away from me. They get the knife away from me, not go home, and that's over, right? So still to this day, that's been almost 30 years. From time to time, we still laugh about that moment. we still laugh about that shit, man. And growing up, man, I got into a lot of fights. I've been jumped. I got in fights where it was more of us than it was them. You know, I won some fights. I lost some fights. That's really just a part of childhood angst, to be honest. Like you fight, man. You fight. You make up whatever. You get jumped, right? So the truth is, and the reason why I tell that story is because I went and got that knife out of anger, and it was just an emotional reaction that could have had real consequences for me or other people. But I was a kid, I was emotional, so I was having an emotional knee-jerk reaction where I wasn't fully thinking or thinking it through. My life wasn't in danger. My ego just was hurt, you know, and my feelings was hurt, and I was just upset, to be honest, right? So, which fast forwards to today, where we're a day removed from the Chauvin verdict or Chauvin verdict, whatever his name is. Um, and then there's a new media outrage of a video or what is it? The police cam of a 15-year-old little girl getting shot after being jumped. Which is funny because they give you that headline on purpose. They give you that headline so that you can have an emotional reaction. Oddly enough, so that you on the tail end of a guilty verdict of people who of really like one of the crimes of the past decade or so with the George Floyd murder. So we'll go back. We'll put a pin in the fact that this the media uh, propagandizes these incidents, right? But that's another story for another day, right? Now, whenever somebody is murdered or killed or shot, or just when somebody is killed, um, even if it's reasonable or unreasonable, as a human, you should have a humane reaction where you feel, at the very least, that's unfortunate, right? Because we have been in a weird place where black trauma has been shown at normal rate in the past few years, maybe 10 years. It's been black trauma has been showed, right? So naturally, there's a extra emotional attachment to seeing a 15-year-old girl who looks like me or look like she could be related to me getting gunned down, right? So with compassion and having a humane connection to someone losing their life, especially at an adolescent age, it's important that we also have a grip on perceived and reality and realistic understandings of reality. You know, we've all had an emotional reaction that was sheerly emotional that we can't defend with any other rationale, which is why I told that story at the beginning. But it's also important that we understand that everything that's unfortunate isn't negligent. And it's important that we differentiate the two so that now that we're fighting for a just system, which is kind of oxymoronic, but that's also another topic for another day. We also have to be truthful and realistic and reasonable, or else they'll dismiss every claim that is valid. So it's important that we're understanding and we're clear. The truth is, by law, if you get into an altercation, you're getting jumped by multiple people, you feel like your life's in danger, you have a knife on you, and you stab somebody, there's more clear cause for a self-defense, all right? But if you get in the fight and you lose the fight, and you get jumped, or any other childhood mishaps which happens as a child, you and you escape that and you make it into the safety of your own house, and you're able to call the police. By law, you're safe. Your life isn't in danger anymore, right? Especially if they're not breaking into your house or they don't have any weapons, right? More specifically, you in the confines of your house, they can't get in, you can't get out. If you come back out with a knife or a deadly weapon, then in all honesty, all bets are off, because if you stab one of them, now you going to jail for life, or you going to jail for murder or manslaughter. Probably murder because it's premeditated. You went inside, you went and got the weapon, right? So we also have to be clear, and we also have to be honest. Now you are the aggressor, no matter how many people are out there. That's the reality of it. Also, if we having an honest conversation, we also have to be honest about the amount of adults that was out there allowing childlike or adolescent mischief without de-escalating it. As adults, it's our duty to, if you see children fighting and it's getting out of hand, that you intervene. But we're not gonna have that conversation because that's too honest, right? But it's also, we have to be clear. There was a first wave of police who failed to de-escalate the situation, failed to de-knife this young lady, right? So when the second wave of police officers gets there, this lady is actively pursuing someone with a knife and then turns to literally stab another child. So now that police officer has a sworn duty to protect the unarmed person. That is the reality of the situation. Not the ideal scenario, but the actual reality of the situation. With that being said, it's unfortunate. It's fucked up. It's tough to watch. It shouldn't have happened. That's why I said my advice to you guys is just turn the news off, man. Because something is happening and it's not in any of our favors, man. There's some great divide that's being done on purpose. Let me also say, wrapping up, of course I understand that there's an unjust, broken flawed system that was designed to oppress, to destroy, and to treat us unfairly. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware of the police institution is fully integrated and designed to work in the way that it is working. I believe that you have to restart. We have to destroy the idea and the system of policing and try again. Figure it out. Same with a lot of our systems that we have in America, like the government and all that other good shit. It's very important I'm clear that you know that I understand that. And it's very important that I'm clear in the fact that I'm not justifying anything. I'm letting you know that we have to have an honest conversation. We have to have a real conversation because we dying in the streets, and it's unfortunate, man. Man, but peace and love, though. Real shit.